Good morning, Fort Worth. It is 16 December. You got Andrew with the Fort Worth Roots and our buddy Steven. I just call you Steven Pearlsnap. What's your last name?
That's fine.
How do people know you?
Most people know me as one of the other Steven or Pearlsnap, so that works. I think on legal documents, my last name is Lawrence.
Now, you're involved with a bunch of different organizations. Who are you here repping today?
I'm here for the Fort Worth Songwriter Foundation.
Oh, yeah.
You got an introduction to at least?
We were honored to be at the inaugural ribbon cutting, or what do we want to call that thing?
Shindig.
The Shindig.
They have a name for it. I think it's festival.
It was great. It was great, and we were honored to be there. We were at the Southside Preservation Hall, and we were set up, had our own little station. We got to do several recordings. One we're going to release today, so look out for that. We've got a backlog. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. We'll get into that here in a minute. If you guys are finding the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show for the first time, this is about a 20 to 30 minute long episode. We're just trying to get you up to date with what's happening in your area and give you guys an opportunity to share with the public any kind of upcoming events you have. So please send us an email, media@FortWorthRoots, with an audio recording of you talking about an upcoming event. And it can be as simple as so-and-so. We'll use Keegan as an example. Keegan's going to be playing at fill in the blank. Leave me a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. And whenever we say the Fort Worth area, we're talking as far north as Denton, as far south as Burleson, as far west as Grand Prairie. Excuse me, as far east as Grand Prairie, and as far west as Weatherford. So welcome to the morning show. We got some segments that we need to get into here. We try to format this thing the same way every week. And we usually do a bucket pull. We pull a ticket out of our tumbler spinny thing for a weekly winner. I didn't have that together today. I'm sorry. I left the keys to the tumbler at the house.
There's no winner today?
We're going to do it later. No, there's not. Moving on. Today is National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. You got a toaster? Cover it in chocolate. You got a pet bird? Cover it in chocolate. It's December 16th. You get to do that. Bahrain National Day. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. Let's click on this one. Let's see what this one's about. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day, December 16th. Many of us might not have loved certain popular icons in our childhood, so Barbie and Barney Backlash Day was created on December 16th every year to deny their very existence. Perhaps it's also a time for parents to take a break from picking up their children's Barbie dolls or turning off Barney's famous sing-along songs that have charmed children for many decades. Now, I don't have kids. Are they still singing along to Barney? This seems outdated.
As far as I know, I don't have any children either, so I think we're good.
Okay.
It's another special day. Did you know that?
What is our special day?
Well, this is very important for me personally. It's my mother's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Steven's mother.
Yeah, and I said, well, I would take you to breakfast, but I'm going to be with Andrew Turner. So
is she up already?
Oh, she's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's no breakfast places open until like 7, so you're good.
Yeah. So I hope she has a very, very happy birthday.
Yes. Shout out. What's Mom's name?
Mom's name is Brenda.
Happy birthday, Brenda. If you guys have birthdays and you want us to shout them out, call us 817-988-1292 and leave us a voicemail, and we'll get it on the show. On to our next segment. Today in history, 1773 on this day, 16 November. December. Jesus, wake up, Stephen. Colonists throw British tea into the Boston Harbor. Members of the underground Sons of Liberty, some dressed as Indians, throw 342 chests of tea off British ships to protest tax tyranny. This was in 1773. On to the next one. Battle of the Bulge, 1944. The Battle of the Bulge begins in Belgium in the heavily forested, help me with this, Ardennes region?
Ardennes.
German forces launch a surprise counterattack and push deep into the American line, creating a 50-mile wide bulge in the Allied front. The battle will continue for a month and will be the deadliest one for U.S. troops in World War II. 1985. You know what happened in 1985?
I do not know what happened in 1985. I was 7, I believe.
I was born in 1985.
Oh, wow. What a year.
1985, 16 December, mob boss Paul Castellano is gunned down in New York City. The Howard Hughes of the mob, head of the Gambino crime family, is killed along with Thomas, last name, outside a steakhouse on the orders of John Gotti. Gotti will assume leadership of the family though will later be found guilty of the murders and will be sentenced to life in prison in 1992.
You know, if you were choosing careers, that seems like a bad way to retire. But does it beat a nursing home? I don't know.
I think so.
Okay.
1995, South Africa celebrates first day of reconciliation. South Africa's democratically elected government of national unity, recognizing the need for the country to break from its apartheid past, creates a new public holiday. So happy South African Day of Reconciliation on this 16 December. Onward. Let's get into our Fort Worth news reports today. These stories are coming from the Fort Worth Report. You can go to fortworthreport.org to get these. We've found our favorite news source. We like these guys. Globally renowned artist James Turrell finishes new skyscape installation in Fort Worth. There are a few artists for whom individuals would slip on their winter jackets and wake up before dawn to see their work, but James Turrell is not just any artist. A handful of Fort Worthians headed to Keith House near the heart of the ranch at Clear Fork in early December for an exclusive preview of his newly completed installation called Come to God. Read on with that on the Fort Worth Report at fortworthreport.org. Driving growth. Outgoing Hispanic Chamber CEO ready for new challenge at Trinity Metro. I saw this story and I wanted to call it out because I got to go too. Thanks to our buddy Efren and Carter Blood Care. They invited us out to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce annual address or something like that. It was cool. I was like three seats down from Mayor Maddie Parker. I didn't get to say hi. At one point, I decided I was just going to run up, slap a business card down, and then run away.
Yeah.
But I thought that was probably not the best way to meet the mayor.
Is that how you meet most women?
Sometimes. All right. As the daughter of a San Antonio bus driver, Annette Landeros has naturally embraced transit. She's seen the impact it can have on people's lives. Landeros, 41, who led the Fort Worth Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as president and CEO for 5 years, will seek ways to expand rail, bus-on-demand ridership for the city's booming population. Oh, we'll continue that story in a moment. We got Sky Viper coming in hot. Mr. Stubbs, good morning.
Good morning, Funky Town. How are you?
How you doing this morning? We're all right. We're waking up. We all got morning voice, kind of grumbly, but I'm drinking coffee and trying to get rid of it. So I think we're gonna.
No whiskey in the coffee this morning, huh?
No whiskey in the coffee this morning. That's correct.
Yeah, did you have a good weekend?
It was, man. It was a rad little weekend. We're gonna get into that here in a minute, but we did go out to the Fort Worth Rock Assembly for night 2. Tony Diaz and that crazy bunch. That was a lot of fun out there at Cicada.
Yeah, I was going to go, but we are under the weather in Sky Viper right now.
Dang it, man.
Yes.
Not feeling well, huh?
No, it's the weather.
You guys start closing those doors on the helicopter when you're up there flying around.
Yeah, it's all wet in here right now.
Oh my God. What kind of traffic you got out there today, sir?
All right, man. Looking pretty good. We got moderate traffic near downtown Fort Worth on I-30, especially around the 30 interchange on I-35. Speeds are reduced a little bit. And I-30, we got in Arlington, there's some construction zones that are causing a little bit of backups, nothing too major. And then let me fly over here to 820.
Careful.
I got some, it looks like we got a little bit of congestion on the westbound side near North Richland Hills. And then Chisholm Trail Parkway. Everything's looking smooth. There's some flow. Southbound looks good, and there's any kind of delays or anything like that you need to look out for. So pretty chill right now.
A chill little Monday drive to work.
Just a little wet.
Got any words of wisdom for our Fort Worthians listening this morning?
Keep your cool. We're getting close to the holidays, so everybody be cool.
People just be losing their shit out there, right?
Exactly. All over the place.
Well, we're glad to have you back, and look forward to having you for the rest of the week. Uninterrupted traffic news reports from Sky Viper with Matt Stubbs.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. See ya. Bye. That is Matt Stubbs, the co-host, host, whatever you want to call it, of the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, and he's up there in our morning show traffic helicopter, Sky Viper, which we acquired after finding the 97.1, the Eagles, Alfie McCoy's Black Thunder. It had been mothballed for a while, so we pulled it out of storage. We got it airworthy certified, and we're using it now. It cost us a ton of money, but for you guys, we spare no expense. So hope y'all enjoy that. We try to get him on every morning to tell you guys about road closures and things of that nature. Of course, this isn't live, so some of this stuff is a little behind, but those road closures seem to screw things up all morning, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Lenderos, 41, who led the Fort Worth Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as president and CEO for 5 years, will seek to expand rail, bus, and on-demand ridership for the city's booming population in her new job as Chief Strategic Officer for Trinity Metro Transit Agency. She starts on Monday. She starts today. Well, congratulations to our friend out there. That story is by Eric Garcia, and this was another one from the Fort Worth Report. You can read on at fortworthreport.org. All right, looks like I found something off of Fox 4 here. What was this? Texas High School Football State Champion Games. All right, I wanted to get into this because I was surprised at the names I didn't see on here. I didn't see any Arlington. I didn't see any Abilene. All the places that I consider to have great football, didn't see them on here. 1A, six-man Division I, Whiteface versus Gordon. Conference 1A, six-man Division II, Jayton versus Oakwood. Conference 2A, Division I, Stanford versus Ganado. Conference 2A, Division II, Munster versus Shiner. Conference 3A, Division I, Malakoff versus Columbus. Conference 3A, Division II, Gunter versus Woodville. Conference 4A, Division I, Salina versus Kilgore. Do you know any of these schools?
Not really.
Nope.
I dated a girl named Selena once.
Conference 4A Division II, Cathridge versus Waco La Vega. Conference 5A Division I is going to be Dallas Highland Park versus Comal Smithson Valley. Conference 5A Division II, Dallas South Oak Cliff versus Richmond Randall. And let's see, North Crowley versus Austin Westlake. Conference 6A Division II, South Lake Carroll versus Austin Vandergriff. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Okay, let me get back up here to the top. I thought there was some story about this, like they were going to tell you. We know which Texas high schools will face off. The championship games will be held at AT&T Stadium in Arlington from December 18th to December 21st. That's going to be a lot of fun. I wish I could see every one of those games. High school football is the best. They're just out there trying to murder each other for no apparent reason. All right, we did have a space news story. We do space news every week, but last week, or we do it every day. Last week, I think on Wednesday for sure, I couldn't find any space news that I wanted to read off to you. Sometimes they like to interject like politics.
UFOs over New Jersey, does that count as space?
No, not really. Okay. I'm not qualifying that as any kind of news. It's a great distraction from whatever they're trying to. There's something spooky going on out there, and they don't want you knowing about it. Okay, so here we go. SpaceX launching mysterious RRT-1 mission today after delay. SpaceX plans to launch their I don't know why they keep calling it mysterious RRT-1 mission from Florida's Space Coast today at December 16th after high winds scuttled a previous attempt. A Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled to lift off from Florida's Cape Canaveral Space Station today at 7:51 p.m., kicking off a mission that SpaceX calls RRT-1. SpaceX had aimed to launch RRT-1 on Friday, December 13th, but called off because of winds. Many space observers think the RRT-1 mission will send an advanced GPS satellite to orbit, specifically GPS 3 through 10, another member of the Venerable Navigation Network third generation of spacecraft. SpaceX holds a contract to launch 3 of these satellites for the U.S. military and has already sent one of them aloft. Okay, cool. there you go. You got your space news. And we like to do happy stories because we try to keep it light and fun around here. In a delightful and kind Christmas story, a pair of British travelers found room at the inn for a dying donkey who then gave birth to for a baby donkey, I guess. Sue and Andy were due to escape the cold of England with a winter vacation out in Boa Vista. As it happened, Sue spotted a Sue spotted a post on their hotel's Facebook page about a dying donkey found stranded on the beach. Animal lovers both purchased some supplies to take in the bed to save the skeletal and sick donkey named Bellaroo from death. On arrival, Sue teamed up with the hotel guest and local tour guides to find a veterinarian who might be able to treat Bella. They then managed to find a home for her, a local riding center, and just days later, Bella gave birth in the stable when nobody had even known she was pregnant. Wow. That's weird. Okay. So they saved a donkey, and then it had a baby. That's a good story. I'm here for it.
Hey, I like donkeys.
And then a funny story. We do this because people told me I'd get kicked off of Spotify if I kept playing Theo Von clips. So we just find you funny news stories. And this is to highlight our Wednesday night comedy show here at Hoppin'. Starts at 8 o'clock. Mama Lou's Kitchen will be here serving up some excellent culinary delicacies. It happens every Wednesday, but this will be the last Wednesday for the year. The other 2 Wednesdays fall on holidays. So we're going to scrub those, and we're going to get back after it hot and heavy first week of January. So if you have a chance, come on out and catch the best damn comedy show in Fort Worth. We want this place to be the Wednesday night home of comedy here in Fort Worth. All right, New Orleans, a scruffy little... Oh, I want to read the thing. A fugitive gains fame in New Orleans, eluding dart guns and nets. It's a catchy little headline. Here comes the funny story. A scruffy little fugitive is on the lam again in New Orleans, gaining fame as he outwits a tenacious band of citizens armed with night vision binoculars, nets, and trank rifles. Scrim, a 17-pound mutt that's mostly terrier, has become a folk hero, inspiring tattoos, T-shirts, and even a ballad as he eludes capture from the poise of volunteers. And like any anti-hero, Scrim has a backstory. Rescued from his semi-feral life at a trailer park and adopted from a shelter, the dog broke loose in April and scurried around the city until he was cornered in October and brought to a new home. Weeks later, he had enough. Scrim leapt out of a second-story window, a desperate act recorded in a now viral video. Since then, despite a stream of daily sightings, he's roamed free. The dog's fans include Myra and Steve Foster, who wrote Ode to Scrim to the tune of Ricky Nelson's 1961 hit, I'm a Traveling Man. So, anyway, stay tuned for that. More stories to develop on our fugitive friend from New Orleans. Anything can be viral these days, Stephen.
Yeah.
Tell you guys a little bit about our weekend. So we did our. Let me just start off by saying I am so grateful for the friends and the listeners that we have that come out to these events. We had a great little turnout for our Christmas party. There's a lot of people that I missed there, but it just makes you appreciate the ones that actually show up for this stuff. So thank you. If you came out for our Christmas party, thank you. And it's a long list of names. I'm not going to go through that because I'd miss somebody inevitably, and that would suck. So
I had it on my list. I had it on my calendar. I had a reminder.
I was not here Wednesday. You came out Wednesday.
I did, yeah.
So, appreciate that.
There was something, but Saturday I was out of town. So.
Yeah, things happen, man. Stuff comes up, and I get that. So, no hard feelings if you didn't make it, but try to come out to the next one if you get the chance. Maybe not the Christmas party, but maybe something else that we got going on. Always grateful for that. So, Saturday was a busy, busy day. We did the Christmas party, and then right after that, we went over to McFly's Pub for Crazy Midget Wrestling.
What?
And that is what they...
This is the programming this town needs.
that is what they call it. And the performers are the ones that put the show on and do all the marketing. So if that's what they're going to call it, that's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. So you've been out to McFly's Pub several times, right?
Yeah, it's a great place.
Their parking lot, I have never seen this before. There were so many cars in there that there was literally nowhere else to park.
Wow.
And the excitement on the outdoor patio area was just, I mean, you cut it with a knife. It was very tangible. People are having a great time.
That parking lot is the closest I thought I was going to get my butt whooped in Fort Worth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The bartender asked me to help escort someone from the building. They're like, all right.
Oh, no.
Well, I forgot there were originally 3 of them, and the other 2 were waiting outside the front door.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Fortunately, nothing came of it, and we talked my way out of that one.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Glad you didn't get your butt whooped.
That would suck.
But that was a lot of fun. And then we made our way over to the Fort Worth Rock Assembly. Our buddy Tony Diaz put on one hell of a show, and all of the artists that played out there. It was a great time. Cicada was absolutely packed, and we got to see Bikini Wells for the first time. Shout out to those guys. Our oh man, I'm blanking on a name here. That's all right. We'll move on from that. But it was a great weekend, and then finished that off. I got myself in bed about midnight, and then we turned around and we went to the Hewlin Mall Sunday morning, for the Hart Gallery and the Gladney Center. They had a little thing that they put together for families that have children that they've adopted, and they had an entire one of those shops at the mall, a unit completely rented out. And what they did is they put games and giveaways and presents and all sorts of stuff for these families that have either foster children or adopted children there at what we got there. Oh, you can cuss all you want, buddy.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, sweet.
Anyway, so it was a great weekend, and we were very grateful to be a part of that. And if you guys have any questions about the adoption journey, you can go to the Gladney's website, Gladney Center for Adoption. I think it's adoptionsbygladney.com. But look that up. Gladney Center right here in Fort Worth, doing great good things for our foster families and adoption children inside the adoption process. So one of the things we were talking about was the sibling groups.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen like the websites where they show you the children that need families?
No.
Well, one of the things that always grabs my attention are these sibling groups. We're talking like 2 years old, 4 years old, 6 years old, 8 years old, and a 10-year-old. Like a 5-kid group.
That want to be adopted as a group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that seems
that's a lot.
So difficult. But can you imagine being that group of children and then facing the potential risk of being separated from your brothers and sisters? It's wild. But there's a great need for that. So anyway, you weren't thinking about adoption. It'd be cooler if you were. So, all right, Stephen, what you got, brother?
Well, we've had quite an exciting fall. I think you know Keegan McEnroe, and you had him on here during the festival. But
shout out Keegan McEnroe.
This spring, he called me in what turned out be one of my favorite calls for legal help ever. He said that him and Matthew Williams from Southside wanted to start a Fort Worth music festival because this town needed one. And I'm like, I agree with that. Let's do it. I'm like, what do you need? He goes, well, I don't know how to do that, like the legal structure, how to make all that work. I'm like, well, if you're not interested in selling this for profit, like, let's make this a nonprofit that supports the community. One, it does good things for getting people on board, and then 2, you can do stuff year-round to help the songwriting community in Fort Worth, and you'll have a structure to do it. And if you're going to go to the work of creating a festival, which I'll just tell you is a little bit of work, you might as well just have that structure in place and have it something that gives back to the community, and is just there to be another part of what we have is a great support structure for the arts and musicians in Fort Worth, from the city to private organizations to just individuals that, help out music and businesses like Hop in Fort Worth and, that have host songwriter things and original music. And we're really a kind of a unique town. I think from my experience, about Tulsa may be the only town I know of that can even come close to what Fort Worth offers to up-and-coming musicians.
Did you say Tulsa?
Yeah.
Like north of the Red River?
North of the Red River, yeah.
Never been there.
Well,
What's coming up next for your guys' organization?
Well, tomorrow we have a meeting, which is one of the things that put on a music festival. It sounds fun. The meetings, not as fun, but we have a meeting tomorrow, and I think we're going to have some fun things to announce. I don't think we have to, vote on it and all that, but I think we can basically say if you're a betting person, you can say that the first weekend of November next year, you should put that on your calendars because there's going to be a fun songwriter event in Fort Worth.
Is that we got to wait till November for the next thing?
No. for the next four-day festival, which would be somewhat of the same format, but we think it would be better, and we learned a lot of stuff the first time. So round 2 should be great. In between now and then, we're going to have some good stuff going on. The mission of the foundation includes education, promotion, other things to support the songwriting community. And so we'll be having events of those that will go on throughout the year between now and then, and look forward to announcing some of those, as well as some, I believe, some media projects.
Where can people follow along to find upcoming stuff?
It is anywhere you go to find your news, social media, except we don't have a website yet. It's coming. Fort Worth Songwriter. Is it at Fort Worth Songwriter?
Instagram, Facebook, all that.
TikTok, everywhere. Not all of them has a lot of content yet. Yeah. But if you're on Instagram, Fort Worth Songwriter. Right now we have the festival website, fwsongwriterfestival.org, but there will be a fortworthsongwriter.org that will point you to everything that we're doing. So I would say Instagram and the Facebook are the best places right now to look up what we're doing. And hopefully,
excellent.
Check in this week. If you're listening to this right now and it's not Monday, there should be some news up on the Facebook and Instagram Tuesday through Saturday. That'll be going up.
Okay. So you guys can follow along starting tomorrow after their meeting and find some updates. Did I cover weather earlier? I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
Okay, 71 degrees today. I got 52% chance of rain. Let me look at the hourly real quick just so you guys know how to prepare yourself for today's impending rainstorms. Looks like at 1 p.m. you can get 40% chance, and then 45% chance at 2, and then it just kind of tapers off throughout the evening after that. So it doesn't look like it's going to rain a whole lot, but a little bit. So
let's say one more thing about looking us up.
Mm-hmm.
So part of this is in the community, is hearing back from the community about what is needed. We know what's out there in terms of resources for the most part. We have a rich array of open mics, songwriter nights, the things that people can go as young songwriters to play at. We have the city of Fort Worth. It has its own dedicated music office.
Does it really?
That is wild. It's
never heard of it.
Fort Worth Music Office. I think you've heard of Here Fort Worth.
I have.
Which is the public part, and Tom Martins does an excellent job with that. Amplify 817, which I know you know about.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them. But a lot of things that are going on in this town. We're looking to fill any of the gaps. Besides educating people, a lot of songwriters and musicians don't know about Amplify 817 and all these resources. So it's educating them. But also, we're out there. If you're a music venue, if you're a podcast host, whoever you are, and you're like, this is what Fort Worth really needs to happen, and it's something that doesn't make a good business, that's what a nonprofit is for, is to kind of fill those gaps. So reach out to us at Fort Worth Songwriter. Call Keegan, call me, look us up. We're easy to find, and we love to talk Fort Worth music. Yeah. We could talk Fort Worth music all day long.
I know that's right. Well, Steven, I appreciate having you on the show, man. And anything Fort Worth Roots can do to help, we're here for it.
All right. Well, we really appreciate it.
Guys and gals, thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And if you would, make sure and include us in your rollout for events that you have coming up. You can take an audio file and email it to us, media@fortworthroots.com, or you can just give us a call, leave a voicemail, 817-988-1292. As you guys move through today, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Until we talk to you tomorrow, good day.